the day has finally come. I didn't know it was gonna be here this soon, um, but with the Epic Universe announcing their opening date being May 22nd. I guess it kind of forced Disney's hand, and I am not surprised. But they just pretty much put the last nail in their own coffin. If you haven't seen yet, the new pricing for Lightning Lane Premium released today. It is way worse than I thought. It's way more than I thought it was ever going to be, and with all the changes at Disney, I'm just it's will 2025 is going to be an interesting year for Disney. So let's take a look at it. Here we go. So here we are on the website. Let's go ahead and just look up. Let's just go ahead and look up Lightning Lane and see what comes up. Now, if you haven't seen this, like I said earlier, this did just come out, so it's still very new. What's gonna happen once it releases on the 24th? I think is the day it releases, or the 30th, the October 30th. October 30th, we'll begin piloting the rollout of Lightning Lane Premier Pass with very limited quantities for guests staying at deluxe resorts. Let me just read that again. They will begin piloting the rollout of the Premier Pass with limited quantities for guests staying at Disney Deluxe resorts. Now, to me, the way I interpret that is this way. It's only available for deluxe resorts, first of all, guests at deluxe resorts. But what this specifically tells me is that not only is it limited to deluxe resorts, the amount that's given to deluxe resort guests is also limited. So let's say 30% of all the Disney guests stay at deluxe resorts. Out of that 30%, 15-20% are going to be able to get the pass. That's how I'm reading it. I know a lot of people are reading it differently. Some people are reading it as if you're a deluxe resort, if you're a deluxe resort guest, you can buy it no matter what. But I am reading it as the portion of people that stay at deluxe. There's a limited amount available just for those people. So again, 30% stay at deluxe, 15 to 20% of those people are going to get the pass. Could be wrong. It is day one. We will see. View eligible hotels. We'll take a look at that too. It's going to be deluxe and DVC. Yeah, it's exactly what I figured it was. Animal Kingdom, Beach Club, Boardwalk, Contemporary. Yeah. Typical stuff. Now, this is a lot of resorts, right? There's a lot of resorts. So it kind of makes you think, like, well, let me go to the pricing first. Let me not jump ahead of myself. So this is the most interesting thing, in my opinion. This is where it's really a complete disaster. If you buy this, I am unashamedly calling you. I'm not going to call you an idiot, but please rethink your decisions. If you are someone that's actually going to buy this, oh my goodness. It only works per park. Okay. So let's say you wake up one day. Let's say you're staying at Polynesian. And you say, let's go to Epcot today. You get the Premier Pass for Epcot. And then halfway through the day, you say, let's hop over to Magic Kingdom. I have Lightning Lane, so it should work at Magic Kingdom. Nope. When you get to Magic Kingdom, guess what you get to buy again if you want to use the Premier Lightning Lane? You get to buy it twice in the same day. And the prices... Oof. Let's see where our prices are. Not the experiences. Here we go. The cost. Get ready for your jaw to drop. Interesting. Did they take the pricing off? I think here we go. Prices range from $130 to $440. Now, I did see this earlier, so I will just break it down for you. $130 to like $250 is per person for Animal Kingdom. I think it was $240 to no, sorry. $130 to like two something was Animal Kingdom. $170 to mid 200s was Hollywood Studios or Epcot. And then from there, basically it goes up with Magic Kingdom being the most expensive. Magic Kingdom is the one that's going to be around 450 in the peak season. Now, if you are familiar with Disney like myself, and you live here, you've been going every day for about 3 years, you will know that Disney is pushing the busy season out farther and farther and farther and farther. It used to be summer break. That was busy season. It was June to September. That was busy. Now Disney is trying to incorporate pricing in busy seasons as early as like March and as late as like November, because as soon as November hits, it's not busy season, but then it goes straight into holiday season, which is the busiest time of the year. So if you're at if you're at Magic Kingdom, unless you're going in January, I would assume this is going to be closer to that 450 mark. Now, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous pricing. Disney is already pricing out 40, maybe even close to 50% of the United States. Overseas guests are finding it harder and harder to come here. You basically have to be in like a whole new tax bracket to even go to Disney if you're not from Orlando. If you live out of state and you have to add flights and hotels, you're outpriced. You can't go. I mean, and I've talked to so many people going to the parks all the time in like Facebook groups, and the people are constantly, like almost every day, like, yeah, I'm canceling my pass. I'm not coming anymore. This is our last trip. We're not coming back. We wanted to come this year, but we couldn't because we got outpriced, and it's just so expensive. Even the value hotels are too expensive. Like, the cheapest of the cheap are still expensive, and this is just astronomical. I mean, this is per person. This is a per person cost per day. This isn't like you buy it once and you get it your whole 10-day duration or 5-day duration. This is per person, per day, per park. So guess what? If you get park hoppers and you want to keep your lightning lane, it's useless. So people aren't going to get park hoppers anymore, because they're going to buy a premiere pass for Magic Kingdom, and then they're going to be like, oh, let's go to Hollywood Studios. Oh, wait a minute. My Premier Lightning Pass only works at Magic Kingdom, so I guess I'm not going anywhere. What is the deal with this? And like, I've thought for so long that Universal was too expensive for their express passes, and they are expensive. They're too expensive, but that's a different video. But like, looking at Universal prices now, I'm just like, this is insane. This is insane. Like, I know Disney people are crazy. It's inherent. It's part of the... If you love Disney, you're crazy. I'm sorry. I can say that because I also love Disney. It's just part of being a Disney freak. If you like Disney, you're crazy. But this is like clinically insane. If people are actually going to buy this, genuinely, I wouldn't want to hang out with anyone who would see this and be like, yeah, I'll get that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is insane. And not only is it too expensive, it's going to be even worse for Lightning Lane people, because let's look at this. Standby lines are still an option. Yeah, I gotta blow my nose. Oh, my ears pop. How does Lightning Lane Premier Pass differ from Lightning Lane Multi Pass? Let's take a look at this, because I have some theories about how it's going to work and what's going to change after a while. Provides more flexibility. You don't have to choose arrival windows, so you can enter Lightning Lane entrance for the experience you want when you want, subject to availability. So what I'm taking from that is it'll probably say, if you have the Premier Pass and you go on your app, it might tell you like, yeah, you're good to go. You can just walk right in. Or it'll have like something that says like not available right now, come back later. But then, doesn't that just go right back into this? Right? Or am I crazy? If it's telling you, right? If it's telling you when you want, subject to availability, these two things cannot coexist at the same time. Because this right here is saying you don't have to choose arrival windows for Lightning Lanes. You can just go. Right? Am I reading that wrong? But then right here, not in the very next line, subject to availability. So which one is it? Is it completely open? Or is it subject to availability? Me reading that makes no sense. If I bought the Premier Pass and it told me I don't have to choose a window, I can just walk in whenever I want, I can go to an attraction, tap in and go, and then I go on my app and it says, actually, You can't go right now, but in an hour you can come back. That's not what it is. That's not what they're marketing it to be. That is going to cause problems. That right there, I can tell you, is going to cause problems. As a guest services veteran for the theme parks, that right there is going to cause problems, because I've seen worse problems that were caused by lesser issues. I don't know. So not only is that going to cause problems, it's also going to clog up the lightning lane, because what's going to happen if, let's say you have a regular lightning lane and you make it for Pirates of the Caribbean. Let's say you have an 11 o'clock for Pirates of the Caribbean. You go to Pirates of the Caribbean, but ding dong, the premiere pass just went off. So all those people that wanted to go to Pirates of the Caribbean and don't have to make a time, their app just said, hey, you're free to go to Pirates. Guess what? You and everybody else is now going to Pirates. So your 11 o'clock lightning lane kind of just turned into a lightning standby lane. And rest in peace to all the people in the actual standby line, because you're never getting on the ride. Because we all know that they prioritize lightning lanes. They always do. It's not a secret. They won't really say it outright, but sometimes they do. Universal does the same thing. They always prioritize lightning lanes. So now when it was standby here, lightning lane here, now it's standby here, lightning lane here, premier pass here. So if you don't have at least a lightning lane, what are you going to do? Especially if you go in the busy season, right? And these people are paying $350, $400 for a premier lightning lane for Magic Kingdom, and you don't have any kind of lightning lane, and you're stuck in line for Pirates of the Caribbean for 2.5 hours because all the regular lightning lane people are coming back for their allotted time slots, and then all the premier people are just walking in. They're just walking in, and they're just clogging it up even more. And it's, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but this is not a good idea. The price aside, the price itself is enough to make you go crazy. It's enough to make your head explode. But what it's going to do to the lines, if you don't have a lightning lane, even a standby, you are screwed. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do if you have 7 hours dedicated to, let's say Hollywood Studios. Let's just say Hollywood Studios. If you have 7 hours dedicated to Hollywood Studios, you're probably going to do Rise of the Resistance. You're going to do Toy Story Mania. You're going to do Slinky Dog. You're going to do Tower. Those 4 rides. You have 7 hours. Unless you go on a slow day, those 4 rides alone are almost going to take 7 hours. Rise of the Resistance could be easily 2 if it doesn't break down. Tower of Terror, same story. Now, your 7-hour day, you're riding 1 ride, maybe 2 rides, because all the lightning lane people are making their allotments, and then all the premier lightning lane people are going to walk in and be like, oh, we want to ride too. So everybody else is standby. Guess what? Your wait time just went up by 45 minutes because 200 premier lightning pass people just decided to come and ride the ride right now. And guess what? 400 other people had their time allotted for 11 o'clock, and then 200 other lightning lane premier people came at 11 o'clock. So you're screwed. What are you supposed to do? You're gonna have to open close. You're gonna have to rope drop. You're gonna have to rope drop from now on. I don't understand why Disney is consistently alienating their key demographic. Their key demographic are parents. They're middle class parents who are taking their kids maybe once, maybe twice, maybe they've been saving for 2 or 3 years, and now they're gonna have to save if they don't want to wait in line for the entire day. They're gonna have to shell out between $150 to $400 extra per person per day just to have a decent experience, to be able to ride a handful of rides. This is insane. I genuinely don't know what was going through their minds when they did this. I mean, there's so many things wrong with this. The price, the complete standstill of traffic for the standby line that's going to happen. And then this part also really gets to me. Let me tell you, I'm already super against DVC, 100% anti-Club 33. But to see this, that it's only available for Deluxe and Deluxe Villa. Do you know what Disney is telling you? Disney is telling you, if you don't spend enough money at our park, you're not good enough. We don't care about you. We only care about the people spending all their money. And before everybody's like, well, it's a business, yeah, it is a business. But it was never just a business. It was never always only a business. It was an experience. It was a theme park. Oh my gosh. There's a this gets me fired up, dude. It's turning into more and more of just a business, and they're losing so much of their key demographic that I genuinely don't know. Like, Epic Universe is gonna open up down the street in May. 6 months, 7 months. And the day that Epic comes out and says, hey, we're going to open up on this day, this is the day that Disney decides to drop this bomb. Like, this is insane. Genuinely, I don't know. Like, I feel so bad for anyone who's not going to have Lightning Lane. And on top of this, we could talk about DAS as well, because the DAS changes just happened this year. And we all know the DAS changes happened to push more sales of Lightning Lane. And I'm sorry, if you don't know that, if you think that the DAS changes happened for any other reason besides selling Lightning Lanes, then I think you should spend more time here. Like, it is very clear that that's exactly why they changed. So you have the DAS changes that came up to purposely push the sale of Lightning Lanes, and then now we have this coming up, which is gonna push it even more, because there are people that are gonna buy this. Let's be honest. There are wackos out there that are gonna be like, oh yeah, let's get this. This will be fun. This will be a good use of our money. $400 per person per day for this Lightning Lane. And it's so schemy and so slimy. It's obviously such a ploy by Disney that it just, like, it completely shattered. When I saw this today, it completely shattered my internal idea, my internal dialogue of what I imagine Disney is. It completely changed. I mean, it's already been pretty warped. In 2022, it was pretty much decimated. July of this year, it was completely decimated. And I was still like, but it's Disney. But now this, just like, are you kidding me? Like, is it? I feel like this is a joke. I feel like I woke up today and it was April 1st. There's no way that this is real. Like, you can't even use it at more. No, Lightning Lane, one park per person. One park per person. Are you gonna spend $300 extra per person per day on your vacation? If you're a family of 4, dude, that's $1,200 extra for one day. For one day. If you did this for one day and you're a family of 4, $1,200 right there. What do Disney expect people to do about this? Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm a doomsayer. I feel like I'm like one of those crazy radio stations on the internet, like, oh, no, turn the freaking frog gay. Like, this is insane. And I really hope that people are upset about this as much as I am. This should not be allowed to happen. Like, this is the time when, like, something needs to be done. Disney doesn't care what people say. Let me tell you guys something, okay? I've lived here for 3 years. I've gone to the parks nearly every single day for almost 3 years, okay? That's at least, 900 times. Maybe take 100 days off. I've gone to the park 800 times-ish in 3 years. I promise you, Disney doesn't care about what you say. They care about what you spend. That's why they do things like this. Because they know that you're gonna bitch about it, you're gonna complain about it, you're gonna write on the Facebook annual pass holder group, you're gonna go write reviews, you're gonna write letters to guest relations, you're gonna stand in line and complain to some guest relations cast member who makes $16 an hour because you're mad. Like, they know you're gonna do that, but they also know that you're gonna come back and you're gonna spend it again because people are addicted to it. It's true. People are addicted to Disney. You have the people who come once or twice in their life, and then you have the repeat offenders. You have the people who come back all the time. And every single time they just pull their pants down, they bend over at the entrance gate, and they say, all right, Mickey Mouse, have your way with me, and I'll see you again in 6 months. Like, they don't care about what you say. This has to be, dealt with on a financial level. If this tanks, it's the only way it will change. Don't buy it. don't even come to the park. Don't spend any money on Disney. Like, this is a slap in the face to every single person who lost their DAS. First of all, it's a slap in the face to anyone who lost their DAS. It's a slap to middle class America. It's a slap to all those families who just spent 2 or 3 years saving up, to come here. And this might be the only time they're ever going to be able to come. And I can speak to this, hand on my heart. Working at these theme parks, I've met people that way. I've met people that did this. I have like face-to-face talked to people who have been like, yeah, this is the one time we're ever going to be able to come down here because it's so expensive. Or we've been saving for 2 years. We've been saving for 5 years. This is our one time to come here as a family. This is the only time we're going to come here. That's real. This really happens. Think about all those people that just spent 2-3 years saving up for this, and now Disney just told them, hey, you're gonna have to spend, like, if you want a decent experience, you're gonna have to spend like $600 to $1,000 extra per day, unless you only want to ride like 2 or 3 rides. Or you can rope drop. You can wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get to the park by 7, and then stay there until 11:30 at night or midnight by the time you get on the monorail and get on a tram back to your resort. Oh, only for staying at a deluxe resort too, mind you. So yeah, if you're staying at All Stars or Coronado or Caribbean, sorry, you're just not good enough for the mouse. You're not good enough for our premier services. This is a joke. I have talked to so many people today about this. Cast members, friends who live here, former cast members, pass holders. I've talked to everyone I can about this today, and everyone is just like, yeah, I mean, there's some things you can look past with Disney, but at what point do you take, do you stand up and you pull your pants up and you say, yeah, this is enough. This is enough for me. Like, you've been doing this for too long. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna rest my asshole because it's raw. I don't know. Maybe it's me, maybe I'm the crazy one, but I don't think I'm alone in this. I really, really, really encourage people to not buy this. Please don't buy this, because as soon as you start buying this, like I said, Disney doesn't care what you say, they care about what you buy. And as soon as people start buying this, the only thing you're doing in the eyes of Disney is validating that this was a good idea. Because that's all they go by. They only go by the numbers. They only go by how much money it makes. Because every day that goes by, Disney becomes more and more and more of a business. It leaves the theme park and experiences behind, and it becomes more and more profit driven. And as soon as people start buying this, they won't care about the message boards and the Facebook groups and the guest relations complaints and the phone calls and the letters. The only thing they're going to see is that it made money. And as soon as it starts making money, they will keep it. Do you guys remember when Lightning Lane changed? Same exact thing. People bought it because they were like, oh, well, I don't want to wait. I hate it, but I don't want to wait. And then here it is to stay. And now it's gotten even worse. What's going to happen next year? It's a Lightning Lane Premier Plus. Where does it stop? I don't know. Hopefully it stops soon, though. Thanks for watching if you watched. I hope you're as upset about this as I am. Rest in peace to anyone in the standby line. Sorry. Your vacation just got like 50 times worse because of this change. So I hate to see it. Anyways, have a great night, everybody. And I guess we'll see how it goes. I don't know. This is so stupid. I hate this so much.